Well, hello again, world, and welcome right back into my garden. This is Anne from Yardsteading in Jamaica. All right, this is what Thursday morning, and I'm in the back garden. I should be on my way to work. You are waiting on the ride. Anyhow, um, I did some things last night which I will show you in the not so distant future. Um, I tell you, I'm a work in process, or should I say progress? Yeah, and I have a change of heart very often. So I will tell you A, but B appears. So you will see why I said that. Um, I want to also this morning welcome all my subscribers, old and new. I'm a bit distracted, sorry about that. And to try and encourage you to grow your own food. It is possible. Before I show you what's going on in the garden, I'm going to show you what I am growing on. I say Mary from Farming on the Rocks is on rocks, but I'm going to show you what my substrate is. Hold a moment. All right, so I want you to see. You see all of that white thing you see up there? That is what we call limestone or marl. That is what is my substrate. I dug all of that up out of to get a more level space in my garden. Some of it came from there. Some of it come from the area where the chicken coop is at. But that's basically that is what I have for soil. So the thing that thrive in this, wild tamarind, kashamaka, and all of them stuff there, the things them where them send them roots so deep down that them can mine the nutrient from out of the stones and stuff that are embedded below all of this marl. So that is my subsoil, marl. So all of the soil you see scattered about in my garden was brought here by me. There was a time when I used to farm the entire backyard. So the entire backyard you will find some soil in. But you will realize that is not a lot of soil once you begin to dig, because about 2 inches of soil is what is left. The intention really was to cover the entire backyard with soil and then just grow wherever I choose to grow. But that never materialized at all. That is a hard work, because in order to get the soil, I had to dig the clay. It was clay that I was able to find. So I'd have dug up the clay, come home, use a hammer to beat the clay into submission, mix the clay with sand, and that is what I would have planted in. Boy, that very time consuming and of a truth labor intensive. So this is why I downsized the garden in the first place and have chosen to grow the way I now grow, contain what I have in terms of soil, and try my ultimate best to enrich that particular soil matter that is contained so that I can get great yields from my garden. Blessed morning, family. All right, so I'm in the back garden again. This morning, I'm showing you what I did last night. So remember those tomato plants that were in that triangular container? I took them out and I brought them up and I've planted them in the bed that was originally going to be my pineapple bed. Now, I want you to notice that absolutely nothing is wilting, because what I did was to cut off the section of the soil that each of them was in, and I took it up with all of that soil on the root system so the roots were not disturbed at all. And I watered them generously because I do not want for anything to have any regression. But let me show you something else that took place last evening. I constructed me a plant stand. So I know that I'm not going to have enough grow space for all the stuff that I desire to grow. And I know that I want to have some stuff higher up off the ground than some will be. kind of changing the dynamics, so you have high space, low space, and stuff grow. Yeah. Well, so this is my plant stand. I think this can hold about five. This is what 72. Each of the piece of board is 72 inches long. 72 about 6 feet. That, yeah, 6 feet long. So each of these 6 feet board, I think the bottom of the containers probably can hold 5 or 6 buckets. I think I'm going to put the buckets on the lower section and put the basins on the higher section. Why? Because if I put the buckets up too high, um, what I want to grow in the buckets, I got the too close to what I plan to do on the back side of this, which is put up rails. So I'm going to plant like cucumbers and put up a little rail at the back and then climb on it using that kind of a mesh thing, right? You'll see it when it's done. So I finally got all 6 of the triangular grow bed up, and I will begin to plant in this. I want it in the same format. That's how I want it. Um, I can go into everything, yeah, because like I said, I'm not going to rebuild the fence that was behind there. No, I'm going to just leave the fence, and then when I pull down the chicken coop and rebuild the chicken coop, I'm going to have that space behind there to utilize for walking. Yes, that is what is going on this morning. So I have mulched, and I mulched the entire bed. So the plan is I'm going to go back down, put some beans a soak, and like I said I'm going to plant the beans on the back side over that section behind the tomatoes. I'm going to plant the beans all along that back section. Yeah, I'm going to be planting beans. Yep. By the time the beans are ready to be trellised, the trellis will be made. So I don't have to have a problem. So, but I'm going to be planting all the beans. Yeah, I'm going to plant the beans around there, and I might put some okras in the front. So the tomatoes will be in the middle. So beans, okras. Or I just might put some pak chai in the front. I don't know. Something when I feed so heavily. So the beans, the pak chai, I don't want anything to compete with the tomato them for sunlight. So because they are so advanced and the bean going to take a while to grow, I can plant the bean. And the beans are going to go up. So them now going to come on the tomatoes. Yeah. But if I plant the okra, I have to intersperse the okra. So wherever there's a blank space between the tomatoes, that's where I would. This tomato need to be because it going over into the other tomato space. I space them a foot apart, everybody. Everybody's a foot apart. But with some strange reason, these two don't look like a foot. Right here, so I don't know why them are behave so friendly. Anyhow, that is beside the point. So I am now going to have to replant the cocoas that I uprooted. Yeah, that is a Ann special. She pulls up and replant and pulls up and replant. All right, so this is one of them. Is that a cocoa farming? Are those cocoas farming on the root system? Oh, no, tell me. It look like cocoa to me. I go and plant it back. I hope nothing wrong with them. Yep, I was going to plant it back. But you know, this morning is later. So let me take it up out of where the sun is going to hit. I'm sticking it down in a bucket and I put in the bucket in the shade. So when I get home, I'll complete that task. Yeah. I'll be showing you what I do this evening so you'll understand exactly what I'm doing with this plant stand. The thought crossed my mind that I could put another one behind there, but I am wanting to leave the space free. I don't want to make the place become so cluttered. And I have enough walk space. That is the good thing, because even though I've done this, I have walk space like crazy. I have not yet begun the cleanup. I have removed some of the the boards that were right where this garden bed is, because we're not going to be using wooden beds anymore. So this was my lone wooden bed, and I'm taking out the lumbers, totally taking them out. We're not working the wood. We are going to be putting in um, cinder blocks. Yeah, cinder blocks are just get some cement and use the stones to build a bed right there. Because I got stones plenty around here. So just make a concrete bedding, stick some stones in, and then just continue to add concrete and add stones on top until I get the bed to the height where I want it. Yep, something like that. Something like that. But I have the garbage bag up here, just have not yet begun to put the garbage in the bag. Go figure. So, in this season, I am going to be growing the cassavas in one of the 55-gallon drums. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. That's a garbage bag in the bin. So I took another 55-gallon, half of a 55-gallon barrel and place it up here. So that is 1, 2, 3, and I think I'm going to get another one to put over that side to make 4. Yeah, 4. I need to go collect the yam for planting, but I have not gone because I prefer to get the soil and then collect the yam. So that's why I don't have my yams. I am going to be transplanting my baby Jew plum into a 5-gallon bucket, and I think I'm going to be putting that 5-gallon bucket on the plant stand that I built last night. It was so dark when I was up here all by my lonesome. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. Just keeping you updated as the process grows and goes. Yeah, so that's it for this morning, guys. I might put in some of these drippers at the tomato roots so that just in case one morning I don't come up here, I don't have to fret that them not going to be watered. I'm going to jerry rig something this evening, and I'm going to bring you along on the jerry rigging journey. Not sure if it will work. I have a concept in my mind. I have a piece of clear tubing, and I am thinking to use it to build a irrigation watering stuff for this particular bed, just this bed. I think it is long enough to go 2 laps down and around. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to connect it to yet. Probably a water bottle for the time being. Maybe. I'm not sure. Really not sure. Really not sure. Until we meet again on this same channel. This is Anne from Yard Steading in Jamaica. Wishing you a blessed day. Jagide.